Water's nice and clear. Here at Hulls Bay, I'm going to see, do the red Sleeper Craws actually work as well as they're meant to down here? Now, I'm using the dark red one. I've got the light red one as well with me on a Abu Garcia Vendetta with some J-braid on a Daiwa Samar reel. Let's see if we can actually get something. So what I like to do is I tend to find that it works better if you let it sit on the bottom for a little bit and then do a half turn of the reel with 2 little tweaks on it. And then normally on the pause is when you'll get them, but that's not saying that you can't get them when you're moving it, because what they do is they like to smash it with the side of their gills to crack the shell of the crab. But it can be confusing sometimes because you don't know if you've hit like a rock or not, because all you'll feel is just a little ping on the end of your rod. It's important also to wait 2 seconds between each turn of the reel. See if it does hit it on the pause. I had a couple casts with the darker one, so I put on the light one to see if that works better. See, first cast with the lighter one. Hopefully we can get a nice sized bass. Now I find it's good that there's not, these creature baits don't actually tend to pick up much weed, which is a good bonus, because it's always a bit annoying when you have to keep picking weed off when you're dragging things across the bottom. I have a few casts over here because there's like a small little channel that runs through here. If you can see it low tide if you look on a map. There's a channel that runs all through here and goes off towards that drain over there. I always tend to find that down here, as tide's going out in the summer, you can always get some decent bass, but it's winter now, so it's always going to be a lot, I always tend to find it's a lot more difficult to catch bass in winter because they're all looking down for crabs and they're all scattered around more. In the summer, what I tend to find works quite well is this drain that's here, this one. And there's always bass sitting there. So you put on like a top water, put it through that drain, they'll strike at it. There's always a decent chance of getting a good one. Remember last year I got 68. The tide is going out, and it's not the worst thing, but it's not the best thing, because I tend to find that when the tide's coming in, it's a lot better because all the crabs are hiding up on the rocks. Like this rock here and the one that I'm stood on. And when the tide comes in, the bass are able to get them off the rocks. But when it's going out, they can't really do much. So the crabs hide underneath them. That is going to be it for my session today. But overall, they're not bad. They do exactly as they say they do. Didn't catch anything, but I do find that they tend to float up nicely in the water, like that. I caught my first ever fish on a creature bait on this light red one, and I'll put a picture of that up at the end. But they're not bad. They do work. I mean, obviously didn't catch any today, but like I have had other success on them here before, and it is a lot warmer today compared to the other days it's been. It's not flatter, water's clear, it's like crystal clear. So overall, I think if you put enough time and effort into them, you would get a decent bass. Now it's around midday, and I tend to find that I like that the fish tend to be more active earlier in the morning, around like sunset, maybe an hour after. So it's not at the prime time that I like it to be, but not bad overall.